So I made the ultimate sacrifice for all of you. I purchased these 5 products we're going to discuss today so that you don't have to. Today's video, showing you products in my collection that I absolutely hate. If you want to know how I created this look or what products I can't stand, keep watching. I know this is really dramatic, but the look that I've chosen to do today is actually for a future video. But the products that I chose for today, that's the theme. So I did a recent purge, well, not too recent, I guess in December. I did a purge of my makeup and got rid of anything I didn't like or that was too old. And I haven't really purchased a whole lot since then that I haven't liked. But I've gotten a few items. And so today we're going to go over the 5 items I have in my collection that I absolutely hate. And I'm going to use them in my makeup look. I'm going to tell you how to work with them, how to get the best out of them, and why I would avoid them. I purchased them so you don't have to. So as you can see, I've already done my right eye. It's dramatic, it's bold, it's over the top, it's patchy as hell. But we're going to do it anyway. The first product, e.l.f. is not going to fare well today, I'm afraid. But the first product that is in my collection that I really hate is this e.l.f. concealer. I wish I could tell you what kind of concealer it is, but it doesn't have a name on it anywhere. And on the bottom it just says sheer. Now I should have known better right then and there, because I often use concealer to prime my eyelids. So that's what we're going to do with this one, and I'm going to show you why I hate it. So it goes on, it's a tinted concealer. It's a concealer. It ain't concealing much of anything. It's very liquidy. It's very sheer. It comes off, you end up with more product on your finger than you end up with on your eyelid, and it creases like crazy. Now, to be fair, I am not bashing on e.l.f. because I have some e.l.f. products that I absolutely adore, including a concealer. This e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer matte finish, this stuff is amazing. I love this. This stuff, you can have it. But nonetheless, I've done it, and it's drying down now. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is another e.l.f. product. And that would be this 100 shade palette. Now I have another e.l.f. palette that I love. It's called Opposites Attract, and it is great. In fact, I used it recently on one of my friends for my last video. Love it. This one, not so much. First of all, there's 100 colors in here, but if you look at the color story, there's so many that are almost identical to each other that it really isn't like getting 100 colors. They just have so many similar shades. And the formula, I don't know if every palette they have is a different formula or if this particular one just was not good, but it is so patchy. They're barely visible. The light colors hardly show up at all. You have to build them, but when you do, they're patchy, and you can kind of see a lot of this patchiness here. Now I tried to work with my lid color because doing a black smoky eye is pretty challenging to begin with, but with this it's even worse. So as you can see, it's very streaky. So I had to kind of circumvent this and figure out, how can I make this work even a little bit? That is where my Carter Beauty Liquid or Supreme Gel Liner comes in. I'm going to cover my entire lid with gel liner. That's going to give me a black base, kind of like a primer, but a black primer, and it won't be quite as patchy. Still a little, but not as. I've already done one eye because this look takes forever, so let's jump in. I'm using the brush that came with it, which is really tiny. It's super small. And we're just going to start in the inner corner and work our way out. I love this Carter Beauty. It's very tiny. You don't get a lot of product, but it is very creamy and goes on so easily. It just glides on, and it's very blendable. So I'm going to start in the middle because I have quite a heavy amount of product on my brush, and I don't want it too goopy in the ends where I'm going to be blending it out. And I want to take this right to the lash line. And I'm not going as high in my crease as I usually do, because I'm going to go back in with the black shadow. I want to blend it out and soften those edges. I want this to be really blown out. So I'm not worried about being too precise. I do want to kind of wing it out a little bit. I'm not doing a winged liner today because this look wings so much. And then I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm just going to soften up those edges. So I'm going to take this kind of pencil brush and I'm just going to blend those edges. Again, I am not worried how good this looks because I'm not too thrilled with this look anyway. But it's going to get all blown out and smoky. And I'm not worried about being precise about this because I'm going to clean it up with concealer after. Periodically, I have a rag here, and periodically I am wiping it down just so I don't get too much product built up on this brush, because I'll tell you, this stuff goes on really well. I'm taking it right into the corner, all over my lid, and just smudging it out. No product on this brush, I'm just smudging. Then I'm going to go in with a medium fluffy brush, this size here, and again, I'm not worried if I get anything down in here, because I'm going to clean it up with makeup remover and concealer after. So I'm going in with the blackest shade, which is here in the corner. And I'm just going to cover everywhere I put that liner. And it's going to go, and it bleeds out. And the kick up, fall out and kick up in the pan is just unbelievable in this stuff. Overall, this is a major miss for e.l.f. Okay, so I'm going to remove any excess product off the brush, and I'm just going to blend that out again till it's really smoky. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Remove excess product, smudge it out. Remove excess product, smudge it out. Okay, then I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush, and I am dipping into count them, 3 different teals that are very, very patchy, but I'm using this one, and this one. And I'm just going to dip my brush into all 3. Tap it out, and I'm just going to take that right in the crease a little higher where that black is. And I'm using these colors to smoke out the black even more. Like I said, I'm doing this look for a particular video that will be coming in the future, so the colors are very significant. But today we're focusing on the product. You can make them work, but they're not easy to work with. They're not easy to blend. As you can see, they're very patchy. They're not very forgiving. It's not a great palette, guys. Affordability isn't always the way to go. But again, I can't say anything bad about e.l.f. because I've had really good experiences and really bad experiences. They're just sort of hit and miss. So I'm removing excess product, and I'm just going to go back in and blend that out. Now, and then I'm going to take another brush back into the black, fine brush, and just line the bottom with the black so that it meets the top. As close to the lash line as you can get it. Back in with the blue, and we're going to smudge that out. And guys, remember, I'll remind you, I am editing my videos now. I'm trying to make them shorter. So a lot of what I end up editing out is how much time I spend on blending. So if you are trying to duplicate a look or do something similar or get a similar effect on a different look and it's not happening for you, keep that in mind. that there's a lot of stuff that ends up on the proverbial cutting room floor that you may not be seeing. So maybe you just need to blend more. I'm going to clean this up with a little makeup remover and concealer. I'm going to add a little bit more of that gold shade. Alright, next thing is mascara. So I bought this Milani, the waterproof one mascara. It doesn't suck, but I don't have a lot of lashes. It wasn't great. And it's really, because it's waterproof, really hard to get off. But it makes my lashes very brittle, and in the end they end up breaking. So I don't like it. But you can see the difference. So we're going to go ahead and do the lower lashes. And you can barely tell that I have any on. And then I'm going to do the upper lashes. I'm not worried about them too much because I am going to put on some falsies. And it's hard to see, but it doesn't do much for my lower lashes. I know you can't see the upper lashes because of the black, but it doesn't do a lot for my lower lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and put my other lash on off camera. I'm using my Kiss So Wispy and my Kiss Lash Glue Liner. You know I love this stuff. And then I'll be back and we'll get to my last two products that I hate. Okay, lashes are on. So what's the next product? I already have blush and contour done. I'm okay with those. On this side I have my highlighter. And in this light you can see it. But in everyday sunlight it doesn't show up. And you guys know I love to glow greater than the gods. So I'm not sure if it's just the formula. I don't even know what color it is, but it is, once again, e.l.f. It is their baked highlighter, and that's what the problem is. It's the formula. It's just not as shiny. It's much more subtle than I like. And it's a little buildable. This is like 6 layers. It's a little buildable, but it takes a lot, and it just seems like a waste of product to me. So it's not my favorite. And then finally, the last product. This is my beautyglazed Kissing Lipstick. It's matte liquid lipstick. Now, on the upside, when they say matte, they are not screwing around, people. This is matte. That's the only positive thing I have to say about this. Otherwise, it sucks. They got great colors, but they're patchy. They're drying more than regular liquid lipsticks, and they don't last. First cup of coffee, first soda, eat lunch, if you smoke a cigarette, they're gone. So this color is called Leo. I have a few other colors that I love. I love the colors, but hate the formula. This is like the third video I've shot today. My face is getting a little worn out. It's patchy. It doesn't, one coat. I don't want to do more than one coat because then it gets cakey and flaky and gummy. And here's the finished look. So it's proof that you can even make the worst of products work. But it's about how much work are you willing to put into it. Until next time, my little unicorns, stay magical.